Like say people don't think say we don't this year say we know they come back. They don't know say we did give them. They don't ask about us. So
we are happy to be back and better.
Yes, Esther.
Yes, so our obedient, our wonderful obedience out there, we are back. In fact, we missed a whole lot of you. We see your comments on the comment section. My people, we are the true and real obedient, and as true and real obedient, we are true, we are brave soldiers in the movement, and real soldiers, they are not supposed to. In fact, real soldiers, we are not for sale for corrupt politicians. As real soldiers, we can never sell our shared value for
don't do, Esther. Don't do. Yeah, there's so much we want to talk about. We have in our midst also Peace, who is starting out with us. But like we said, let's get to the main things on the highlights of today's show. Of course, I'm your own Mr. Kanu, back on the show on Obedient Family TV. The highlights for today, we have as Fubara tightens grip on Tinubu as Supreme Court reserved judgment in Rivers State Guber appeal. We know it's Chief Tinubu that everybody has been hanging on to. We can see calls that are coming out from Plateau State thanking Chief BolaTinubu for the success at the Supreme Court. We can hear rumors and other things coming out from the governor of Kanu State, Abba Yusuf, also extending his thanks to Chief BolaTinubu, and everything boils down to today. Fubara also had to tighten his grip on BolaTinubu. We'll get to that as the program goes on. We also have coming up at this hour the president of the Court of Appeal, that is the Monica Dongba Mensam, or what we're talking about. Everybody is talking about that she must go based on what happened in Plateau State. I mean, we know that lots of lawmakers left the seat because the Court of Appeal were not able to do what? To dispense justice in Plateau State. Whatever that happens with the Tinubu Supreme Court, we'll find out as we go on. Lots of things and the misconception about the Alex Oti of Abia State, also thanking BolaTinubu for his success as Supreme Court. We bring all of those things, and not only me, they talk all those ones. So that don't see them. We get Angel for studio, we get Esther, and we get Peace where we say they join us.
Good day, my well-meaning Nigerians, my lovely and intelligent, obedient worldwide. Welcome. Tell your neighbor, say hope day, but not in our politicians or in our leaders, but in God. Happy New Year, my people. Welcome on board. Let's discuss.
Yes, so wonderful obedient and well-meaning Nigerians out there. Welcome back again to Hope Alive. It is Hope Alive o'clock. Welcome back to Obedient Family Television. My people, we are the real and true soldiers, and as we are the brave soldiers of the movement. No going back, no surrender, no retreat. Welcome back and join us.
Hello everyone, my name is Ugochukwu Peace, please. It's a pleasure to be here today, and we are Obedient Family. Stay and watch us as we do our thing. I hope you guys will enjoy listening.
Yes, enjoy listening, and also take a dive at the comment section. Angel, who is mad on the do mui sins on the issue of that I didn't even mention, that has to do with legislators turning the taxpayers' money to become their projects. We have Chief of Staff to the President who has turned some of the things that has been done with government and taxpayers' money into his own donation. We have Bala Muhammad, who is also forming that he's donating these palliatives that are supposedly these things as our part of, yes. Yeah. Please, Angel, let's take a dive quickly into that, and then we get to Maxwell in Zoom.
Yeah, Mr. Kanu, this should be say, we the masses, or we the Nigerians, we are disappointed in our leaders. Yes, government will bring out money. Do these things in your constituencies. Do this thing for the people. When they are done, they will just put their names. Is it supposed to be like that? No. They're supposed to put done by government, so. Instead, they are putting their names, and the masses will think, oh, this person did well for us. So, this person did well when he was in the National Assembly, without knowing that is the government money, not be their even personal money. See, I'm now donated by Senator Solomon Kiniko. It's not supposed to be so. It's for us to know now that anywhere you see donated by na government money, not be their personal money.
Angel, you know, all these people will be saying then they carry all this their project, then they deceive people.
Yeah.
That is one their aim. This Christmas, all the constituencies where you don't go, outside of that rice where them talk saying a government say make them pack go give people where they no give, majority of them now you go see tricycle, you go see sewing machine, you go see many other things, and then go talk say donated by Senator this, donated by this. We want to inform people as we proceed forward in 2024 that all of these their donations are false. They are not donating these things. These things are our taxpayers' money. It is our own personal money. But before we dive into that, let us start with this Supreme Court matter. On Friday, Supreme Court changed the narrative by what? By presenting something different. Whether it is inspired by the executive or it is the Tinubu Supreme Court doing the Tinubu's Bidens, we would not know so much. But there is something very significant that I want Maxwell on Zoom to help us look into, that the chairman or the president of the Court of Appeal, which is Justice Monica Duncan Mensam, that she is from Plateau State, and she allowed her appeal court to disqualify purely elected and confirmed members of State House of Assemblies and more on federal lawmakers also. So Maxwell, thank you for joining us and welcome to the new year. I want to start with this very particular issue that on Friday, the Supreme Court made a pronouncement that many people actually looked as a landmark decision, a departure from the Tinubu Supreme Court that we know. What do you think is actually the inspiration of the Supreme Court? Is it insinuation coming from Kanu that they want to protest and riot if the mandate is taken from them? Is it the people of Plateau State that have started killing and maiming? What actually made Supreme Court, in your opinion, to change from their usual Tinubu influenced decisions? Of course, you can mention the OT issue where he's thanking Tinubu, and we get to that.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Kanu. Happy New Year to you, the entire team. Happy New Year to each and every one of you, and of course to Nigerians out there. It's a pleasure to be here once again to discuss issues that affect our country, our independence, our judiciary, and the executive, structure. You see, the Supreme Court decided to do what is just, or what is considered just. And I don't know if to applaud them, but they are doing what is necessary of them to do. We saw the case that relates to Abia State. We saw that which relates to Plateau State. We saw that of Bauchi State. We saw that of Kanu State, and several others where the Supreme Court gave judgment. What we see, or what we saw with these judgments, is that there was a necessity for the court to set right in mistakes that have been made. The court have decided to non-negotiable, it is unarguable, that the issues that relate to political party membership are internal affairs of a political party and as of that party. But the Court of Appeal and its justices decided to flout these provisions of the law, these express provisions of the law, as provided in the 1999 Constitution, and went ahead to disqualify people who legitimately won elections and were returned elected by INEC in the last election. We saw it with Plateau State, We saw it with Abia State, we saw it with Kanu State, and several others. Now, you asked a question, whether these judgments came because of what we saw in Kanu State, that the people were ready to riot. I don't know what to say if that is the reason. Because when you look at Kanu State, they gave the judgment to the NNPP, which is legitimately so. But you know that the people in Abia State did not threaten to riot. The people in Plateau State, they had protests, but they did not threaten to riot. So I don't know what to link it to, but it cannot be far-fetched that the doggedness and the committed nature of the people of Kanu State showed that there was an impetus, there was a commitment for them to fight for their mandate and get it back. It's unfortunate that we have gotten to this point where the people need to show how violent they can be before the powers that be give them their legitimate leadership or their legitimate mandate. Why do the people of Kano State have to threaten the judiciary, threaten the executive, and threaten the whole of Nigeria before justice is done? These are the questions that we should be asking, Mr. Kanu. And if you ask me, what happened with the Court of Appeal? Why did the Court of Appeal pronounce such unfounded judgments, removing several PDP members who had won their polls legitimately and were returned elected in the last elections, thereby giving it to their cronies in APC? Well, your guess is as good as mine. You see, the extinguished integrity, greed, corruption, and flamboyance of the executive arm that is being exerted, they are exerting so much influence on judicial officers. And this has led us to this point where we are. If we can no longer see an independent judiciary, the Black's Law Dictionary defined the independence of the judiciary as the state or quality of being independent, that is, not being subject to the control or influence of any other person or any other institution. Can we really say that the Court of Appeal that delivers such a judgment, how many judgments removing people who were legitimately elected? And as we have seen, those judgments have been shown to have been delivered by inquiry and by mistake. I wouldn't even call it mistake, Mr. Kanu. I call it a deliberate corruption in the judicial system. Because the Supreme Court judgment that we have seen currently has shown that the Court of Appeal judgments removing several members of the Plateau State House of Assembly was flawed, irreversibly flawed. And that is what we are seeing today. Mr. Kanu, you see, if we cannot, now, let me just quickly touch on the issues of my tweets, where I mentioned Alex Oti and several others. Now, Alex Oti is the one I focused on. You see, but he's not the only person. The Plateau State Governor, the Bauchi State Governor, the Kano State Governor, Alex Oti himself, they all took to appreciate BolaTinubu for giving them their mandate. Why was this done? When you see this, the only independence of the judiciary, and that is why they can go ahead to thank BolaTinubu. So if BolaTinubu is not capable of influencing the judiciary, which is an independent arm that should be reviewed or that should be free from every possibility of influence, they would not be thanking BolaTinubu. And that is the point I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that whether they should thank him or not. But once you see people kowtowing to the offices of the executive, it shows you that they are capable of influencing judgments in the judicial arm of government.
Okay, thank you, Maxwell, for bringing that. People has mistaken that tweet to mean that Alex Oti of Governor of Abia State, His Excellency, did not appreciate the obedient movement nor the people of Abia. But going down through the tweet, we are able to see that you meant that everybody still reaches out to Tinubu, who happens to own the Supreme Court. And that's why we here say that they are presently the Tinubu's Supreme Court and not the Supreme Court of Nigeria. So we share your views on that. Then there's something that quickly I want you to touch into before we come back to the studio. there is this very thing that is a trend within both the governors, the senators, and the House of Rep members that has to deal with the palliatives that were and projects that are attracted either by them or being taken by government. They go there and they write in those projects that they donated such buildings to that community. Then even when they are given palliatives or some things that the government use taxpayers' money to do, they also own they put it out like they own it. So we have the likes of Femi Baja, who is the chief of staff to the president, and of course some people, even the social media space, do mistake some of these things. We have one of them that is from Adiola, where she was talking about what the chief of staff has done, and the way she positioned it as if it is his money that he's using to put up buildings and all the structure that she was showing. Let's take a look at that before you can, your answer to this, please. Let's take a listen to that video of Adiola. Credit to her on what she did, but take the message.
What Honorable Femi Gbadabiamila did in his own constituency, he actually, guys, I should not compare him with Uncle Dino. That won't be fair, because Uncle Femi was not just a House of Rep member, he was the Speaker of the House of Rep for 4 good years. You know, the salaries and allowances of the Speaker is not on the same level as a regular lawmaker, because the Speaker is the 4th in line to be president. In fact, many people will argue that they are on the same level as a governor of the state, if not on a higher level. So Uncle Femi, and he wasn't just the Speaker altogether. The man was lawmaker for 20 years. Now he's the chief of staff. But we are very happy to see that Uncle Femi executed some really, really impressive projects in his constituency. Honestly, Uncle Femi really tried. Like Egoni, on behalf of the people of Surulere, the man has done a lot. In fact, I'm surprised that the pictures of his projects have not gone viral by now. Just imagine if all the speakers are doing things like this, because Uncle Bukola did not do shishi when he was number 3 in line, the Senate President. So Uncle Femi Gbadabiamila, thank you so much. We really appreciate what you did. If your own lawmaker is not doing big projects like this, you need to hold them accountable. He remodeled an old primary health center and turned it into a 3-story, 80-bed capacity hospital, now called Gbadabiamila General Hospital. He donated an international conference center to Ojo campus of the Lagos State University, LASU. He also constructed a community development center in Surulere with a mini stadium, indoor sports auditorium, fitness center, basketball and lawn tennis court, among other outdoor facilities. And he converted a 1.6-kilometer road from single lane to double lanes, Babs Anima Shaun Road in Surulere, completed with 2 bridge components as well. And then he also built and donated 484-bed hostel facility to his alma mater, that is University of Lagos, UNILAG. 4 floors of male hostel, 4 floors of female hostel. Now, for those wondering, is that all he did in 20 years? The man also listed other projects that he did before this ones. He said he constructed over 250 roads in selected.
So as we can see, let me not start with Adiola is mistaken or he's marketing the chief of staff to BolaTinubu. But the point I'm bringing out is that she was talking about he donated a conference center, donated a hospital, built how many kilometer roads and all of that. Now our people are actually misinformed. Baja, that is the chief of staff, couldn't have done all of this with his personal money. And we believe from the tracking process that, or the reports that we have gotten, is that these projects are executed by the federal government. But what they do is that they go and install their name on top of this very project. So Maxwell, why I'm bringing this is not just only him that did this. We have several governors who are portraying that they have donated vehicles that they, of course the government has dealt with. We have seen people tricycle and many other things, and they are misinforming the public that it is their own taxpayers' money that is being used for this. Can you lay your opinion on this, please, Maxwell?
Yes, Mr. Kanu, thank you very much. You see, the statements that Adeola used in that video may somehow be misleading to a certain extent. When you begin to ask that such a person donated this, he donated this hall, he donated this stadium, he donated this classroom, I begin to ask a question. What is his net worth? Did he, what do you call it now? Did he quote his assets to the code of conduct before he went into the House of Representatives for the number of years he was there, and now he's now the chief of staff? So the problem here is the usage. Femi Gbajabiamila did not donate those buildings, those infrastructure to the people of his own personal pockets. If we want to give him kudos for finding it worthy to make sure that these projects were done in his constituency, that is a different case entirely. But when we say he donated, he did not donate. Now, there are allocations that are made. As a member of the House of Assembly, be it the Senate, be it the House of Representatives, be it the State House of Assembly, there are allocations, monetary allocations that are made in order to provide for certain projects, certain infrastructure in their constituencies. And when this is done, the money is from the government. That is invariably, these monies are taxpayers' monies that have been paid to the government, and the government is now giving back to the society by doing these constituency projects. So it is not Gbajabiamila's money that was used to erect these structures. Even the road, the 250 roads he said he has done, it is not his money that were used to do it. These infrastructures were done by the people's with the people's money, by federal government. And now, coming back to the person of Femi Gbajabiamila, it is good, like I said, that we can even point out these structures to his name. Within the years he has stayed here, the people even expect better. They expect better dividends of democracy, dividends of leadership. He was the Speaker of the House of Representatives. He has been a floor member. He's now the Chief of Staff. So kudos to him that he has been able to do this, or he has been able to make sure that this was done. Because there are a lot of people who are in the House currently that you cannot even link anything whatsoever to their representation. So it must be clarified that Femi Gbajabiamila has ensured that the people's money was used to build infrastructure for the people. He did not donate it. It is not from his pocket, but it is commendable that we can even link such projects to him and the time he was in office. But we deserve better. We deserve better.
Okay, thank you, Maxwell. Before we let you go, please, there is this Supreme Court reserved judgment on Fubara. And this very judgment, as we know, is like the yardstick or maybe based on the agreement that Chief BolaTinubu had with Fubara, and I think that is the game that is playing out in Rivers State as of now. So BolaTinubu Supreme Court, vis-a-vis Wike and Fubara, which side do you think the Tinubu Supreme Court is going to sway? Is it going to be on Fubara's side, or you think it's going to be on Wike's side? You know what I mean? It's become PDP and APC.
All right, thank you very much. So at this point in time, we can no longer predict, because on a normal circumstances, on a normal pedestal, we will be making our predictions or our deductions from the merits of the case. But with the current judiciary, as it is constituted, we cannot even make those deductions or predictions. You know, Mr. Kanu, I was during the New Year holidays, during the New Year break, I was on a phone call with my dad. I traveled to the east. Okay, no, I was with him in the east, and we had a conversation. And he told me, "What is happening? Why haven't we gotten a judgment from Abia State?" And I was like, I don't know. And the next question he asked me is that, or have they not finished making their biddings? Have they not finished bidding to the Supreme Court? Now we see that the ordinary Nigerians now see that the only possibility of getting judgment from our court is by bidding. So if we have this mindset about the court, we cannot even determine cases on the merit of them. But we know all the politics with Wike, we know all the politics with Fubara as it has been going on in the state. But I believe that Fubara is going to get the judgments. That is one of the reasons why Fubara have soft pedal in the last days. You remember vividly that, you know, Fubara had gone ahead to remove, or even though it was a voluntary withdrawal, the Edison Ehie-led House of Assembly, that he has gone ahead to leave the office. He's no longer the Speaker of the House, and several other things that have been going on. The documents we saw where BolaTinubu gave Fubara to sign, some of those items that have been listed there, Fubara have carried them out. So it shows that he's ready to play ball with the APC-led government and Wike at the federal level. So I believe strongly, I say this categorically, that Fubara will get judgment from the Supreme Court, and then going forward, he would know how to play his games in Rivers State and the politics there with Wike.
Okay, thank you very much, Okoma Maxwell, who is our analyst and our major person who attends to the obedience on the questions that they do ask on this Obedient Family TV. So thank you very much, Maxwell, for being with us today. Tomorrow, we will come back to you because there are several questions that are coming out from Rivers State, such as the House of Assembly also wanting him to represent, Fubara to represent that particular appropriation bill to back to them, you know, after Edison here, people has already approved it, and so many intrigues that is playing out now. But, you know, I think he's playing down on that, waiting for the Supreme Court's judgment. But tomorrow, I'll come back to you due to time. Let me come back to studio and, you know, get some views from my own people who be saying they don't they wait since. Don't they speak grammar? So, Angel, you know, you don't talk, say, all these, their project is just very deceitful, and Maxwell has also confirmed it, that is very, very deceitful, but focus more on the Adiola using the language of donated and donated, who shouldn't be, and that the projects are actually government taxpayers' money, as you mentioned. So I know that Esther, your man don't do me since myself where we did the talk the thing.
Yes. Exactly, Mr. Kanu. So the bottom line of the whole thing is that the politicians, the senators, and honorable members should desist from, in fact, hijacking the taxpayers' projects.
Let them stop deceiving.
Yes, they should stop deceiving, because it's actually, if you look at it, this is actually abuse of power, abuse of office, whereby they will look at a federal government project, they will hijack it. We all know that these politicians, they don't do anything with their own personal money. In fact, they're not already sacrificed for the masses that they represent. They're just after their name, which is not even, at the end of the day, they don't even have any good thing to portray to their own name. Most of them, they're just there to hijack and to pocket, in fact, to even pocket the whole project, which is not supposed to be. So they should desist from such acts and focus more on what they are supposed to offer to the community, to the people they are representing, and not hijacking the federal government projects. Okay,
so Peace, as you, we have a new person, so obedience everywhere. We have a new obedient with us, Peace Ugochukwu. So Peace, you said during the Christmas you've seen a lot of palliatives going around, and your assumption as at that time is that these people were actually using their money. So you were like, these people are very nice people and they were doing very well and all of that. Only to find out that it's actually your taxpayers' money that they are using to do all of this. So what do you have to say about this?
I think what I would say is this is more like credit grabbing, because they're taking credit for what they didn't do, and they feel it's their right. And to me, I would say it's unethical. It's so appalling, because this is public money, and they feel that the masses are gullible. At some point, there are masses who can be gullible enough to believe that actually government are doing their job, they are the one doing this, because it's very, very funny. You know, you're given a project to execute, and after executing the project, instead of you to, you know, be honest as someone who has integrity, who is responsible, you went as far as tagging your name, like just to give yourself accolades and merits from the public. So it's so discouraging. I think they should do the right thing, and they should be addressed, and something should be done about this, and it shouldn't repeat itself.
Guys, we should stop. We should tell them to stop branding that. And if you have to say it in a pidgin English like we do here, what will you actually tell people outside who are supposed, the people will say then they think say now these people they do them with their money. So when they see them they say, hey, Uncle Waja. Some of them go say, Senator this. You know, they'll be so. This, what will you tell them to know that anyone that is said donated by this senator may find out from that constituency whether he used his own personal money to do it or it is your own money? What do you want to tell them in pidgin directly?
Okay, just like the popular slogan goes, like the Nigeria popular slogan, it talks say, no grief for anybody. Waiting me, I feel talk to people be say, especially the masses, may they wake up from their slumber. May they not allow anybody deceive them, because this is their money. This is where public opinion plays a vital role. People got to speak up. They should know their rights. Just like Zigzagla said, and I quote, we can't keep doing the same thing and expect results. So they got to have a change of thought, a change of attitude. So each time when they see this kind of thing, may they open their mouth, may they no fear, because it's their right. Constitutionally, it's their right to say, oh, this is our money. So nobody has the right to infringe on their right as citizens. May they always they talk.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when I don't hear make una always they talk. Even that one where peace talk say make you no grief for anybody. When we come out from studio, I'm going to explain that one for English for me. No say no be only for pidgin. For English. Waiting the thing mean now we want to know. So Angel, waiting be your own, because we talk say this year we go cut our program short, make we know they carry them long, so that the thing go they make and sure make people they appreciate, they bring out their time to the watch and wait they small like that. So what do you get to add before we waka come off for studio?
Yeah, the thing be say make we open our eyes wide. This one na new year, na 2024 now we dey. Their wayo done too much. Our mumu it don't do. Make we wake up. No say, with the opposition, yes, they go sit up. Whether they go sit up, they must sit up.
Yes, so and to sit up, that word as when I look me now and I don't see say I don't sit up. And this year we be say we come in now sit up everybody day. We don't begin the plan and we don't put ourselves in waiting what they call the obedient family cooperative society. Welfare from consumption to production. Now the thing where we come out for this year as we enter. So as we continue this program this week now, we'll carry them, they go and we'll reach out to PO so that they go join us, so that we start getting obedient family cooperative society in every local government, making sure that we have grassroots support for this very cooperative society, and then deal with the welfares that will take us all up to 2027 and make sure that we understand the things that we will now go through. So thank you very much. If you have been patient, we have been silent on the studio, but guess what? Today we have commenced our talk, and our talk now the official opposition, and PO will soon come officially open the Obedient Family TV so that everyone will know say this way forward now where will they go now, so we'll go take end up. So thank you very much. Like, share, subscribe. Tell them say tomorrow Obedient Family TV is gonna be on. Angel, I give you the mic, make you for carry us come on for studio.
Thank you so much, my lovely and intelligent Obedient worldwide. Our UC Maxwell, thank you so much. We appreciate you. God bless you. Our UC Maxwell don't talk and say not deliberate corruption in the judiciary. Yes, you see this president of appeal court, that woman needs to resign honorably. Make we not just push her out. Make she just get up, resign. Because the corruption in that plateau is too much. It too much, self, no be say it too much. How you go disqualify how many state assembly members? Almost 11. You know good. And put APC in charge. It's not good. Let's do the right thing this year. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Subscribe, like, and share. Make all the obedient. They know waiting they happen. Say Obedient Family channel don't come back. For this year, we appreciate you. We love you, but God loves you more. Bye for now. Thank you.